Well, good morning. The Sustainable Development Goals offer one framework for thinking about public need. But I'd like to invite us to consider something bolder and more urgent. Although climate change is included in the SDGs, the latest report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, I think, invites a reprioritization. It implies that climate change is now a planetary emergency posing an existential threat to humanity. So the artist who created this incredible ceiling, Barcelo, when he was asked what inspired him to create this ceiling, he spoke of a mirage he saw in the Sahel, where he saw the animals, the trees and people somehow melting into the sky. And I'm wondering, is this some kind of dramatic metaphor for us here in the Human Rights Room of the UN about the terrible possibilities of what climate chaos could do to our planet and the human race? So as our climate spirals away from one friendly to our civilization, we need to wake up to why we've been so incapable of changing our ways collectively at scale. Despite decades of deliberation and initiative, including in these buildings, carbon emissions continue to rise. I think that's because action on this issue has always been an add-on and never a starting point for our systems of economic organization. So although it's typical for conversations like ours today to focus on how to improve the current global system, I'm going to ask you to consider something far bolder, and that's the need to transform our economic system and transform it fast. And here's the critique, and it's not a shy one. Currently, stock markets incentivize the maximization of company growth and profitability. That can encourage firms to manipulate people to consume more while externalizing costs onto society and the environment. But an ever deeper driver of humanity hitting natural limits is our monetary system, which is based on privately issued debt. Nearly all electronic deposits are created by banks as interest-bearing loans. For this system to function normally, more of our Earth's resources must be consumed to generate the yields to service those debts. Otherwise, when loans are paid off, our money supply simply dries up. Now, that system was okay for a time. It was okay in some places, but not now. The climate chaos we face is nature's answer to our hubris that we could think we could expand forever. A systemic redesign of our banking and corporate systems is long overdue. Until now, people in senior roles have preferred less awkward explanations for our many problems. But I think that complacency is becoming a grave threat to life on Earth. We now know that many self-reinforcing feedbacks have begun to further warm our planet, threatening to take the future out of our hands. So if we don't wake up from our delusions of what is really pragmatic and appropriate, then shame on us.